How's it going, everybody? Welcome back into the channel. Today we're doing something super fun, and that is recreating one of my old bags. Now, this is something I've done on the channel in the past. I love doing it. Basically, I look back at one of the bags that would have a distinction compared to others. For example, the first time I did this, I did the bag that I used whenever I first started playing disc golf. When I say copying the bag or recreating, I'm trying to like find the same discs, right? So the other time I did it was with my Prodigy sponsored bag that I used in college. This time we're doing another sponsored bag. Some of you might not know, but in 2021, I was actually on Team Dynamic Discs. And so today we are recreating that bag. And the best part is, I still have just about every single disc, the exact ones in my collection. So I've been able to get a very accurate recreation almost to a T. So to start with, I'm going to go over the bag real quick. Then we're going to play a little bit here out at New London, do a little 8-hole loop, and then maybe give away some of these discs depending on how we shoot out there today. And this one will be curious because I built this bag. So a little backstory. I was with Dynamic Discs in 2021. This was shortly after I joined Foundation. I was just looking for sponsorship opportunities, really. It was the first time I had kind of a platform in disc golf, and I really liked the Dynamic brand. I liked the direction they were headed in, at least at the time. And so I reached out to Danny Lindahl and was like, hey, how do I become part of Team Dynamic? I think I could help you guys out. I really like your plastic. He directed me to Eric McCabe, and they added me to the team as kind of an ambassador, which is super cool. I wasn't getting paid or anything, but they gave me a bunch of plastic to throw out and promote, and so that was really awesome. So I've got this bag. This was a while ago in my disc golf life, so I'm curious to see how many of these discs still really work out for me. I don't throw a lot of these molds anymore, but I'll just go through it quick. So I'll start with the putters. This is how I was introduced to the Slammer. I threw green Slammer just like this that I don't have anymore, but it's the same one. These were the lime-scented ones that they did. They ran a bunch of these, and I've kind of got a collection of them at this point, but this is how I was introduced to the Slammer, was via my Dynamic Discs deal. Then I would always have two judges. Well, technically three. I would have two of these blank ones. These are my exact putting putters that I was using. They're just classic. I think these are classic blends. Stamps white, but I think they're classic blends. And then I also threw a kind of a beat-in classic blend. This is from like 10 years ago when I first started throwing some Dynamic stuff. This one's just a little more beat up, a little straighter. Other putters I have is these Fusion judges. You guys probably see me throwing these red ones before. They're just so dead straight. They're incredible. And then I also had this Team Dynamic stamped Marshall, another kind of straight putter that I used to throw. So yeah, a little bit of overlap in the putter throwing game, but I was really just tossing a little bit of everything. Then into the mid-ranges, I had a few. On the flippy side of things, I had this Prime Bounty. This was just kind of a very understable mid-range, and I liked the feel of it. Then I also had a Prime Burst. That's Prime Burst as well. This is a Prime Burst Truth that I had beat up pretty good. So this thing flipped up pretty easily. It was like one of my flip-up mids. Then I also had two more Truths. Obviously, that's kind of their flagship mid-range, if you couldn't tell. This was an EMAC. These are all EMAC Truths, by the way, I think. Yeah. Yeah. So this is just a Lucid EMAC Truth. It's just kind of my straight one. Oh, dropped it. Now it's not straight. And then this was my Lucid X Chameleon kind of overstable one that's kind of domey. So this one's a bit more stable. And then for a little bit more overstable, I had this Fusion Verdict. Never fell in love with the Verdict the way some people like really enjoyed it. It's a fine disc, but I wasn't completely in love with it. And then this disc was awesome. This is my Lucid X Justice. These things are insanely overstable, and this one in particular is sick. So love that disc. Fairway drivers. Let's see here. Got a few of them. Did not do a great job organizing this bag before bringing it out here. Okay, this is really all my fairways I carry. You'll notice there's a lot of pink and white in this bag. That's because during COVID, when I got my disc allotment, there wasn't a lot of color choices. So pink and white, there wasn't a lot of disc choices in general. So when I got my allotment, I had to really choose sparingly. I've got a Sargent. This is actually a distance driver, but I threw it like a fairway. It's kind of like a Thunderbird, just a little faster. Underrated mold. I had a couple Felons. I had this clear one, the double stamp. It's kind of straighter. And then this Team Stamp Glimmer one. This was a money run. These are like more overstable Felons. I had this Pastry Dyes Maverick that I bagged for a while after being on Team Dynamic. This thing is awesome, just dead straight. This is a Proto Lucid Evader. This was one of their nice, like, it's kind of like a T-Bird almost. just a little bit of an overstable finish to it, but not quite as much as a Felon. Nice disc. And then this Breakout, this Dark Horse Dimax Breakout, very flippy, easy to throw on hyzer flips, goes super far. And then this is a Criminal in the Fusion plastic, good forehand disc, overstable, a little more comfy to me than the Felons for my forehands. And then distance drivers, pretty similar to stuff I like to throw now. This I believe is a Captain. Yeah, very flippy, fast, kind of what I use my Honey for now. And then I had 2 Raiders. I had some other ones, but these are just 2 of the ones I threw, a Dark Horse one and then this dyed one. And then 2 Trespasses, a pink one, and then this Huck Lab one. So that's the basis of the bag. Oh, one last disc. This Chameleon Eric Oakley Lucid X Felon, insanely overstable. One of the most overstable discs ever. So that's the bag. That's the run through. Some molds I'm really excited to throw because there's a lot of stuff I just don't really throw anymore because I didn't maybe love the feel of it, but it really flew nicely. So I'm excited to give it a toss. It's very cold today. There's gonna be a lot of snow and ice on the tee pad, so that'll be exciting. It's like 36, but there's no sun today, so it's pretty brisk. But we're gonna play 8 holes, and I think we'll just say we got a lot of discs here that I don't get a lot of use anymore, so I want to give some away to you guys. By the way, if you enter the giveaway from last week's video in my collection, I have not chosen the winner as of filming this video on, this is currently Friday. As of the Monday of its release, the winners have probably been picked at that point. So if you didn't get picked, sorry about that, but you will hopefully win next time. If you want to try to win one of these discs, just make sure you're subscribed and commenting down below. But for every stroke over par, I think I'll give one away from this bag. So we'll try to pick some cool ones. Well, if you guys are lucky, you may see a pretty epic fall on camera today. Basically, the way that our entire city is right now is, oh boy, we just had a snow that melted and turned to ice, which happens a lot in Lynchburg. And this might look like snow, but I'm sure you can tell by me sliding around on it that all of that is ice. So some holes will probably be worse than others. And we're going to throw a lot of standstills, but hopefully not die. This tee pad is not cleared off except for like a little spot at the front here, which is great because I can plant and throw a nice hard standstill shot, and we can try to make par. So we're probably going to go with like a flip up fairway here. You know, I think I like leading off with our Maverick here. I know this disc be a good way to get underway. So I got to go standstill at the front of the tee here. Got plenty of dry turf for that. And we're just going to try and flip it up and all the way over. Should be doable. Okay, that's pretty good. I threw it high, but it's on a good line. Everything's going to react on the ground kind of crazy today, too. Yeah, okay, that's a pretty good shot. The only problem is now I have to throw like a layup putt right towards a downward slope to the basket. And you'll probably see pretty soon that discs are not going to stay put today. Not one bit. Okay, where we landed is dry, but we've now got to pitch it, and like we have to land left of the basket here or we're going to slide and never stop. Like discs just don't stop on ice. It's just science. So we're just going to probably jump putt and try and just land it high, bring it in high and land left of the basket. Just have to throw it kind of, I'm going to have to go through a little window in the woods now that I think about it here. All right, let's give this a shot. Okay, that's on a good line. Now sit. Okay, that's not a bad result. That's like a 20-footer, but a scary one. Everything becomes very do or die in the ice. It is hilarious how much ice is out here. Like I promise you, I'm not exaggerating when I say like this ground is good, but that all of that looks like snow, those footprints are old from before it froze. That is all frozen solid. It's just a death trap. And that's where we're headed. Whoo, almost died. I'll make sure to leave the camera rolling because getting to and from that basket is going to be pretty funny. I hope my health insurance company doesn't see this video or my premiums are going to go skyrocketing. All right, we got to make this putt. We got decent footing. We're right at it. Putting has been, clear out some ice here. Putting has been the shakiest thing ever for me. I know a couple weeks ago it was kind of clicking, but the last few days has been real bad. So we need to simplify it and just get the disc in the basket, you know. Hey, there we go. That was good. The judge always does well for me. Okay. Now I need to get to this basket. Like, this is completely solid ice. So as soon as I get to here, I'm gonna start sliding and I have to catch myself on the basket. Here I go. We're sliding. We're caught. Guys, I played intramural broomball in college and I was disgusting at it. So this is kind of everything I've ever trained for. All right, I gotta somehow get traction. The key to the ice, in my experience, I'm gonna take a bad one today. The key to the ice, in my experience, is if you start to slide, get your balance and slide. Like, just let it happen. You try to fight it, then you die. Great news, hole 2's tee pad, we've got a ton of usable area, because hole 1 we could get away with the standstill. A lot of the holes out here we can. This is not a hole we want to have to throw a standstill. So I think, we might as well get aggressive. I think we'll go driver. I want to throw this pink trespass. I remember this thing being a good flip up driver. The arm is just brittle cold, so I'm sure I'm not going to flip it over. We're just going to try and pop it up the flat. We'll do like a short run up and just try and throw an accurate little hyzer flip. Oh, that was delightful. Actually, good thing. Kick me good. Okay, skip back. Yeah, good kick. Okay, that worked out. It's a good thing I didn't throw it super hard and that I took a kind of a shortened run up, because I flipped that over easily and it just barely came back. That's slipperier than I remember. Maybe I wasn't throwing as far back then. That's a pretty good drive though, I think. So this is a spot I basically never find myself in on this hole. I'm probably about 7 or 8 feet left of the OB. That last kick I think kind of saved me, but usually I'm pitching out from the other side. Now I'm just gonna be pitching out from here. It's not too bad because I got pretty good forward progress. So after this shot, we'll be able to, well, I say attack, but you know what I need to, as I'm laying up, I probably should look for dry ground and act accordingly. All right, I think I see some grass. I'm gonna try and slide it into that. Slide a little bit. Oh, I think I might have done it. That was pretty good. I really feel like I found just about the best ground as I can. Let's see if I flip my disc here, I can at least get a good standstill, but the run up just isn't realistic. It's just so dangerous. So I think that was our second shot. We try to throw 3 far enough to where we can then attack the green, try and make a 5, see what happens. Let's go with the clear truth here. I think I can throw just a gentle turnover with this. It has enough stability, it'll just kind of fall out. I like the feel of this disc. I kind of miss this one. Look at that. Stay on Annie. Stay on Annie. Get down. Kick a little right. Ooh, okay. I was a little nervous because if that thing lands on Anheuser and slides on the ice, it's gone. I think it might be a little too pinched. It was a pretty good line, but we'll have to see if we have a hyzer from there or not. Okay, so as I feared, we are a little too left to entertain a hyzer. I did just have a realization, which is the curvature of the ground all goes towards the OB, which in the case of ice means that pretty much any disc that lands flat might just slide out of bounds. So instead of trying to lay up again, I think I just need to play a probably stupid aggressive shot, but just try to get as far as I can towards the basket. Oh, really? Did it come out of that? What's going to be OB? Sorry about that robot clip. I think the cold weather has officially dominated these lav mics. So I'm glad I caught that when I did so that the rest of this video wasn't kaput. Here's the good news is there is absolutely not an ounce of wind out here today. So I'll just run with the shotgun audio and it should sound just fine. Hopefully you enjoyed Robot myself. Our disc was in fact well out of bounds. So we've taken our drop and we're just trying to slide this thing up to the basket. Another one where if this goes past the basket, it's gonna go 50 feet. So we really gotta be careful sliding this up there. Like that. Now sit. That's actually an accomplishment. That was pretty good. You gotta keep, if you put the disc on Anheuser, normally like layups 101 is like keep the disc off a hyzer so it doesn't roll. The disc isn't gonna roll on the ice. It's just gonna slide if it's on Anheuser. So we're basically playing curling now. It's not disc golf. Woo, okay. We tidied up our 7, I believe. We threw 1 in over there, 2 out, 3 to there, 4 to there, drop 5, 6, 7. it took a 7. I'd like to say that was as hard as it's gonna get, but we have to play hole 6 still. So could be giving away this entire bag. I just gotta say, shout out to whoever carved out these like footholds on the tee pad before it really froze over, because it's really saving this video. I also just had the realization, if you're thinking about clicking off this video, at least wait until hole 5, because if you don't know what hole 5 looks like, you're in for a treat. If you do know what hole 5 looks like, you probably know why it's gonna be the funniest thing ever and probably be dangerous. So this hole, I usually like to throw a mid-range turnover, but since I'm gonna have to throw a standstill, I'm gonna go with the Maverick, have a little more speed to it. Look at these adorable footholds. This guy had a wide stance, or girl. Oh, it's gotta turn. No! That's like a nightmare kick. That upshot is not gonna be fun. Oh gosh. Well, this is gonna be hairy to say the least. I was really hoping this would be like a guaranteed par hole, but I think I just have to pitch out. Yeah, there's not a universe where I'm getting close to the basket, so I'm gonna take the slammer and just pitch out. That was aggressive. Sit. I'm very fortunate I did not hit ice when that landed, because that was kind of aggressive, but I think it worked out. I think we can jump it up from there. Sheesh. Give the old, what is this, the Marshall? Let's give this Marshall a try. I don't remember what it did. Need to land this left of the basket. Slide. Uh-oh. Perfect. About 1 foot more to the right, and that was down the hill. We will just have this not super sketchy tap in for our bogey. That could have been worse, but not ideal. Alrighty, so we got a decent section of thawed tee pad here. We're currently sitting at, we got a 7, 1, 2, 3, 4 over. That's 4 discs. Not sure I'm making any birdies, so it's only gonna get worse. We're gonna go forehand here at the Captain and hopefully make it up the hill and not slide back down it. I need to turn a lot. Okay. That's okay. It got up there in the woods. I started that really wide. That would have needed a ton of turn, but I like the way that flew on the forehand. The Captain was the OG disc that sparked my love for super flippy distance drivers. I would throw a Captain, a Sheriff, and now the Honey, and I love it, especially for forehands, because I threw that disc so soft and it looks like it goes far. Well, it does go far, but it's all the disc. So this is about the furthest I've ever gotten through those right woods that I chucked it into. I got all the way up almost to the ditch. This is still gonna be a layup, but this isn't bad at all. I didn't hit a thing. I'm also very grateful that my white disc landed not on the white ground, because I probably would have taken a longer time finding it. This is gonna take finesse. We're gonna really play. We're gonna play for the slide here. Oh, look at it go. All right. This is the one hole where it was okay to run it past because there's a ditch right behind the basket. So that worked out. It's only like 5 feet away. I really wish I had a better way to film the extreme sport that's taking place in between shots, because I literally, to get down that little slope, just had to like snowboard my way down on my feet like I was using Heelys or something. I like to judge, man. The judge just feels right. Okay, let's get the disc. You gotta have respect for the ice. It's the only way to win out here. Guys, I owe you an apology, because the reason I was gassing up hole 5 is because I thought it was gonna be a giant sheet of ice. I mean, just look at that huge hillside. It would have been so funny, like throwing a shot onto it and watching it slide all the way out of bounds. But it's pretty much all melted, which is a bummer, but it's good for my score, so I'm gonna try to take advantage. Let's go forehand with the Huck Lab trespass here. Oh, terrible. So high up on the hill. Okay, I think it's in bounds. It's just really short. That was not well thrown at all. Ugh. I almost managed to throw that thing out of bounds. That would have been so bad. This is not somewhere you usually end up throwing from. I'm very short, but I'm super high up. So like, I should be able to reach the woods. I'm just gonna play a hyzer over the OB with my Raider and just try and bomb it into the woods. This isn't the worst place ever because my footing's good. Oh yeah. Sit down. Hit a house. Yes. Perfect. It was going a little left for my liking, but it hit a tree there, stopped it short. Should be an nice up and down for par. Raiders, man, they bomb. There's a reason I still throw them. I'm very happy with this shot. I'm just gonna toss the slammer up there, maybe give it a little bid. That was respectable. All right, tap in pars, which is great right now. We'll take that all day. We're doing pretty steady right now. The problem is we're about to play the meanest hole 6 we've ever seen. I'll be honest, I was really hoping hole 6 would look a little like that last one. I'm sure you sickos weren't, and you win. There's a lot of ice on this hole. Tee pad's completely frozen. The fairway, for the most part, looked to have a lot of ice, so it's gonna be so hard to keep the disc in bounds. If I make anything 7 or better on this hole, it would be awesome, like so good. I don't know how I'm gonna get around the corner with the standstill. I think I'm gonna try throwing this breakout just like really soft because it'll just flip up easy. I got one little section of turf, my back foot is just in space. This is cooked. Oh no. That went about as well as you could have expected. Oh, this is I might take a 12 on this hole. This is bad. That is so OB. As expected, we were about 1,000,000 feet out of bounds. And so now we're about 20 feet up the fairway, throwing 3. But we are kind of looking down the fairway. So we're gonna throw our prime truth. Hopefully if she flips up real nice on our icy standstill mid-range shot here. Oh, it's not enough speed. We're gonna have to pitch out again. Okay, we're gonna pitch out the slammer. By the way, I've been sometimes using this kind of fisheye lens on these like scramble shots when it's hard to get a good shot of everything going on because it reveals a lot more. Let me know if you're okay with that. I think it's helpful, but if you hate it, just tell me. I think that was fine. That might be on dry ground. That was our 4th shot. In a perfect scenario, we get that around the corner, 5, on 6, putt 7. Hey, it's still doable. The training wheels are off. We've got dry ground, or maybe that is having the training wheels on. In any case, we're gonna attack this corner. And we're gonna go back to this Raider, the Dark Horse, because we know what it does. This should be doable, I think. Landing this in bounds, not the hardest shot in the world. Having it end up in bounds, much more difficult. Oh, split. Oh, good flip flop. I said I slipped instinctively, but really what happened is I actually dug into the ground and my foot didn't turn. So basically I just like threw straight into my hip, but the disc came out kind of low and flipped up. It also landed on a really nice like straight then left skip. So sometimes you just have to mess up bad enough that your body forgets you're not good at disc golfing. And that shot might end up in a great spot. I oftentimes struggle with this shot around the corner. It's blind, it's very difficult, it's tight. You just have to throw an accidental shot apparently, and now I'm in a perfect hyzer spot. I'm gonna go back to this clear truth. It's safe. Gosh, I tweaked my back last weekend shoveling snow. I'm a real mess. It's kind of coming back to get me with all these awkward standstill throws. That was a very safe throw. I threw it too high, it didn't flip up. It should be, I should be able to get that up and down for 8, which, you know, is what it is. Based upon the noise this disc made when it crashed into the woods, I thought it went through about 80 trees, but it got stopped right on the edge and I have a putt, so I was just being dramatic. My back is in shambles. Get in there. Oh no, sit. Okay. A little bit of a comebacker. I think he's just releasing out of my hand really smooth though. I love the Judge. How many times can I say it? There's a reason I put the Judge on my putter pole every year. He just never wins. Okay, that's an 8, which means 3 more discs given away out of this bag, which means so far we have given away 3 from hole 2, another 1 from hole 3, anyway, par, par, and then another 3. We're up to 8 discs. That's like maybe a little less than half of this bag. Okay, we got 2 more holes to play. Back is in shambles. Probably will help the disc giveaway. I think if I could go 1 over between the 2 of these holes, that'd be fantastic. I wanted to throw a forehand here, but the tee pad is only thawed in a backhand orientation, so we shall throw a standstill backhand. I think we need to go, not breakout. I think we need to go trespass again. I just don't see a lot of worlds in which this goes well. That was eerily similar to the last drive. Early and right. Oh! Play through the pain. Hi there, welcome to prison. We got a bit of a poke and hope forehand gap. I'm gonna throw the Felon. I know you Felon fans have been, all 10 of you have been waiting for this. Oh. Oh. Okay. Pretty good throw. Got a bad kick at the end. Oh. We're gonna throw another forehand. This time with our sergeant. I want to throw a forehand, and this is a decent spot. Ooh, yeah, I missed my gap, but it ended up good. Okay, it's not too bad. I like the way that flew. So if we get up and down from there, we can make bogey, and that'd be pretty good. This actually ended up in a great spot. We are in a perfect place to get up and down for bogey. We're going to throw our Fusion Judge. Oh, it's so good. Let's go a little left, a little left. That's really solid. Those Fusion Judges are the best throwing putters ever. They go so straight and so far. That's like a 20-footer, maybe 25-footer for bogey. That'd be a great score after that drive. Just the slightest bend in my back right now. I really did a number on it. Dang it! Oh! I think that brings us to 10 discs. That's a lot. The damage has been done. So many discs are getting given away. It's time to minimize the bleeding here. We're gonna throw this clear Felon because I forget how it flies, but I feel like it's sick. So we're gonna throw forehand. Oh, it's flippy. Come back. I think that came back just enough to avoid disaster. That Felon's very much not a Felon anymore. Also, P.S. This fairway is looking very dangerous. Send a prayer up for your boy. Not really sure how, but we stayed in play here. We keep dialing up these standstill forehands because I don't think I have much else. Gotta stop doing that. Okay, good slide. We're just gonna crawl up the left side of this fairway. Oh, what's he gonna throw this time? You guessed it. Standstill forehand. We're gonna go with the evader though. Getting crazy. Oh, came back. That might slide down the hill. Okay, it's set. I think I've played this entire hole. It's now 3 shots within 10 feet of the woods, just hanging on. Got one more chance to save par here and break hearts. Front foot, completely on ice. That's not gonna be good. There's just a giant sledding hill left of that basket I wasn't quite thinking about. That's a long putt for a bogey. Oh boy. You guys are in for a treat because this is by far the worst green yet. Completely frozen slope. There's only one way to get down. Yes. Now the question is, I just had to walk like 100 feet to go around back to where I could get to this spot. The question is, can I get down to my disc right there about 10 feet away and make it back up from there? I just threw my disc in my bag. That was sick. Okay, here we go. Not bad. I really hope you guys can appreciate how hard this is. I have a lot of respect for this ice. We're almost home free. Okay, we did it. We did it. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning into the video. That was a bogey, so I think that puts us to 11 discs. I'll select 11 discs out of that bag. It's most of the bag. I will say I can't give away the Dark Horse stuff. I'm sorry. I was sworn to not give that away or sell it when I received it from Brody. So, but everything else is up for grabs in that bag, I believe. The Raiders, the putters, some of the team stamp stuff, whatever. So whoever wins the giveaway, I'll ask you what you want, but I'll pick one person to win 11 discs out of that bag. Comment down below if you want it, which disc you want. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support. I'll see you next week.